OpenAI just pushed out a new update to Codex, that's their AI coding agent, and this one isn't flashy, but it quietly fixes some real problems fast. New plugins, new models, and a smarter way for the AI to find the right tool for the job. Let me walk you through exactly what changed. I'm the AI voice clone of Fred. He runs an AI-powered online course business and he makes videos on the latest AI news so you're always up to date. If you want to learn how Fred made over 5 grand in 48 hours, he's made a free course. Link in description. You can also book a free one-to-one call with Fred or a member of the team and we'll give you a custom step-by-step roadmap for you to get to $10,000 a month and more using AI. Spots are limited. Real quick, in case you're not familiar, Codex is an AI agent that lives in your terminal. It can read files, edit code, run commands, and even call outside tools to get a job done. It's not just answering questions, it's actually doing the work for you. Now, here's what just changed. The biggest shift in this update is about plugins. Before this, if you wanted Codex to use outside plugins, you had to turn that feature on yourself and it was buried. Most people never found it, now it's on by default. That one change matters a lot more than it sounds like on the surface, because it means way more people are going to actually discover and use plugins without digging through settings first. OpenAI is clearly trying to turn Codex into more of a full platform, not just a tool that answers coding questions, but a tool that plugs into other tools and grows with what you need. Picture your phone with no app store. You could still use it, but it'd do a lot less. Now flip a switch and the App Store shows up right on your home screen. That's basically what just happened here. Now, let's talk about where these plugins actually come from. Codex can now pull plugins from something called the NPM Marketplace, which is a massive library where developers store and share small pieces of software. Before this update, Codex mostly relied on plugins you set up yourself locally on your own machine. Now, it can reach into a much bigger library and pull in plugins other people already built. Think of it like this. Before you had a small toolbox with a few tools you personally bought. Now you've got access to a whole hardware store's inventory and you just borrow what you need. OpenAI also made it easier to see which version of a plugin you're running and whether a newer one is available, and if you've ever used an app that quietly got out of date and started breaking, you know exactly why that matters. By the way, if you want to learn the exact system I've used to make over 5 grand in 48 hours using AI and online courses, I've made a 100% free course that shows you exactly how I did that step by step so you can just copy me. The link is in the description below. And if you want deeper guidance from me, you can also apply to book a free one-on-one call. On that call, I will give you a customized roadmap for you to start making money with an AI digital product. No previous experience needed. Spots fill up fast, so book yours now. All the links are in the description below. Now, here comes the part that matters most if you work inside a bigger company. This update adds something called system proxy support. A lot of companies don't let any tool talk to the internet directly. All the traffic has to pass through a company-controlled checkpoint first, called a proxy. Before this update, that checkpoint could actually break Codex. Logins would fail, requests would get blocked. It's one of those quiet problems that never makes headlines but drives IT teams crazy. Now, Codex automatically respects those company proxy settings on Mac and Windows, including the two specific setups most companies use. In plain English, before it was Codex trying to talk straight to OpenAI and getting stopped at the company gate. Now it knows to go through the gate the right way, show its ID, and keep moving. Now let's talk models. Codex now supports 3 new models through Amazon Bedrock. Why does that matter? Because a lot of companies aren't allowed to send their code straight out to an outside AI company, rules, compliance, security policies, all of that. So instead, they run everything through Amazon's cloud, which they already trust and already use. Now, those same companies can tap into these newer models without changing how their whole system is set up. It's the exact same idea as the proxy fix. OpenAI keeps finding ways to meet big companies where they already are, instead of asking them to change everything just to use the tool. This update also lets developers ask for what's called maximum reasoning effort. In plain English, that means you can tell the AI, take your time, think harder, this one's a tough problem. For simple tasks, you don't need that, but for hard ones, it can make a real difference in getting a clean answer the first time instead of a rushed one that needs fixing afterward. Now here's the part that quietly makes everything faster behind the scenes. Codex tools connect through something called MCP. Think of it as a bridge that lets Codex talk to a bunch of different outside tools and services. The problem is, some of these bridges connect to over 100 tools at once, and before this update, Codex would try to load all of them every single time. That's slow, that's messy. Imagine walking into a 100-room building and being handed every single key before you even know which room you actually need. Now, Codex uses something called tool search by default. Instead of loading everything, it searches for the one or two tools that actually match what you're trying to do and hands you just those. Small change, big result, faster responses, less clutter, better performance, especially for anyone connected to a big system with a lot of tools hooked in. A few smaller changes worth mentioning too. There's a new remote pairing command that lets you generate a code from a running Codex session so you can connect to it remotely in a more secure way. Small feature, but it fits the bigger pattern of OpenAI, making it easier to run Codex across different machines and environments without extra headaches. The plugin catalog also got a visual cleanup, so you can see local versus remote plugin versions more clearly right in the list, which sounds small, but saves you from installing the wrong version and wondering why something's suddenly broken. None of these individual pieces are the kind of thing that makes headlines on their own, but add them all up and you can see exactly where OpenAI is headed with Codex, easier plugin discovery, better compatibility for big companies, more model choice, smarter tool selection, and way less setup friction overall. And here's why this matters, even if you don't write a single line of code yourself. Every AI automation trend follows the same pattern. First, it's exciting and a little clunky. Then it gets faster. Then it gets safer for bigger teams to actually use. Then everyone assumes it was always this easy. Right now, we're right in that middle stretch with AI agents. The tools are getting faster and safer to deploy month by month, and the businesses that learn how to use them early are the ones who are going to look back and say they got in at the right time. Small update on the surface, but a pretty clear signal underneath. AI agents like Codex are quietly becoming a normal part of how work actually gets done. If you're serious about making money online with AI digital products, I made a 100% free course that shows you exactly how I do that, step by step, click by click, so you can just copy me. It's completely free and you can get it by clicking on the link in the description of this video. And if you want deeper guidance from me, you can also apply to book a free one-on-one call. On that call, I will give you a customized roadmap for you to start making money with an AI digital product. No previous experience needed. Spots fill up fast, so book yours now. All the links are in the description below this video.